Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Vintage Pistol mod, which is being made by the Fallout 4 Story Expansion Project. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is the real-world Mauser C96 pistol. And oh my, I love this thing and been having a whole load of fun with it in the game, because not only is it a real-world historic gun, and I always love that, but it's also one of those very iconic weapons of history that has just such a unique and interesting design to it, and I think personally fits amazingly into the aesthetic of the Fallout universe. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what exactly we are getting with the Vintage Pistol, which in its most basic and standard form will do 24 damage with a 10mm round, with a firing rate of 46, range of 131, accuracy of 60 for a weight of 2.5. Not too bad there. And as you can see, it is a pretty good looking gun. I very much do like the modeling and texturing on it. It does have a few little oddities, like on the sort of gleam on the gun. You got this little weird line here, though now that I'm thinking of it, is that something that's actually on the real gun? I've never actually held one of these in my hand in real life, so I don't know. But overall, lots of good little detailings. I even love the little Mauser logo we've got there on the weapon. It just looks cool. And the gun itself does have a good, decent number of modifications to help keep this thing more useful into the mid-game, as in my opinion, it's very much an early to mid-game gun. And with the modifications here, you can also change it up into a few different forms, like a sort of a lower tier sniping gun to even a submachine gun if you are so inclined. So a lot of things to help make it not only more useful, but more fit your playstyle and aesthetic. So always good there. Now, as for how you do get your hands on one of these lovely things, well, it's pretty darn simple. You'll actually start seeing them from the start of the game in shops from level 0. So if you got the cash, you'll be able to buy one, if you find it, of course. Now, starting at level 8, they actually will start to spawn on various enemies in the world, like Minutemen, Gunners, Raiders, Triggermen, etc. So, I mean, pretty much everyone. And yeah, so level 8 for spawning, beginning of the game for stores. Now, as for the modifications you do got, we've got some good options here. So let's start in the receiver category, where we've got the pretty typical sorts of things like standard, light frame, calibrated, etc. And we do have them in both the semi-automatic and automatic receivers here because, well, in real life, the Mauser C96 was in both semi-automatic and fully auto, making it a cool machine pistol, an early machine pistol. I think this thing was made in like the 1890s. Oh yeah, C96. It was made in 1896, wasn't it? There we go. But you can also change this up to a different caliber. Typically, of course, it's in the 10mm, but if you pop in the 45 caliber instead, it will up the damage here. Now, this is with the vanilla download for the game. There is also a munitions-compatible version to have more realistic ammo calibers for this thing, but of course, I went with the vanilla one for this video. But yes, not too bad on the receivers here. Now, next in the barrel category, we've got a variety of things from very short to long, and even a carbine barrel if you are wanting, well, a lot more range out of this gun. It looks a little strange, but I kinda like it. Now, next in the grip category, we've got a standard, comfort, sharpshooter, and full stock, which at first I thought was weird because, you know, Mauser C96, but then I remembered this actually was a real thing historically. They actually did have buttstocks for this gun because, again, early machine pistol. It was basically an early submachine gun. Good times. And then in the clip category here, we've got a standard, which will be the stripper clip loading from the top, but then we do have magazine conversions for standard, medium, and large. Now, then in the sights category, a pretty low amount of options here, which I would love to see more, but we've got a standard, glow sight, laser sight, reflex sight, and a short scope. And then the muzzle category, we've got either no muzzle, a compensator, or a suppressor. And finally, we've got the finish, which is a purely aesthetic option where you either have the standard, a blued finished, silvered finish, or a gold finish if you're wanting to look gaudy as all hell. But there you go, those are the modifications, a lovely little set of things. I think the highest damage you can get up with this thing without any additional perks is with the 45 ammo, of course, and I think it's, yeah, 40 32 damage for the semi-automatic, and I believe 32 was it on the automatic? Here we go. Yeah, 32 on the fully automatic for the 45 caliber. So yeah, not the most damage ever. That's why it is definitely, I'd say, an early to mid-game gun, but with perks, you can, of course, up that a little bit more. So let's take some shots. And there we go, and that lovely stripper clip animation there that I really do love. Even though it is the, you know, slowest of all the magazines to reload and also doesn't hold a whole lot of ammo, I love that animation. It is wonderful and makes it a bit more unique to the other guns in the world and just fun. Now, of course, we can add in with the different clip and magazine mods a more normal, modern, traditional one, like, of course, the ones that I've got on this. So I just fire one shot and reload. There we go, traditional magazine there. And, of course, with the silenced, or silencer, rather, on this thing. There we go, a nice quiet-ish sound to, you know, help snipe your enemies, which I do find it a little bit strange on this gun that despite this particular one having the modified buttstock for it, it actually still animates like a pistol, which is a little bit intriguing, so I'm curious if with perks, it's being registered as a pistol or a rifle, which is something I do not know. But that is certainly something that could affect what perks you do go for with this gun. But yes, kind of an interesting oddity with the weapon. Now with the full auto one here, let's take some shots with this. Lovely. Oh, I always love an early 19th century machine pistol. It's just fun and entertaining. And with the gold, it looks stylish, question mark? But it is just such a fun gun to play with. Not the most powerful thing ever, but it is entertaining. So let us drop into the world. What the heck, we'll do a Deathclaw, even though with the lower damage, it's going to take us a while to kill him. Still, let's see how it'll fare. First magazine with the Mauser C96, and we've actually done a bit more damage than I thought. And I mean, it would have helped if I would have hit him more, but he stopped magnificent, and of course he moves right when I take aim. Ooh, we've actually done some good damage on him so far. Let's switch over to the more higher-powered semi-automatic one here, which even though it is, you know, semi-auto, the trigger pull for this thing is pretty quick, or the firing rate, rather, on it. It's, you know, very much being able to shoot as quickly as you can pull the trigger, which actually I think makes it a bit quicker than the fully automatic receiver, since you can just click to your heart's content. But, yeah, that actually took out that Deathclaw not too badly. All right, excellent. Which actually, yeah, on that, I hadn't noticed that before. Is that quicker than this? I'd say this is probably ever so slightly quicker, but I hadn't really tested that before, so that was a fun little thing to try out there. But yes, this is the Mauser C96 Vintage Pistol mod. It is just such a great thing to add into the game. I have absolutely enjoyed it because, well, frankly, like I said before, the Mauser C96 is just such an iconic gun. It is great to have in the game, and I did forget to mention something earlier that I should now. Besides the normal things to find in the world for these, there is also a unique one out in the world for you to find, so go out and explore and find yourself a cooler vintage pistol to play with. Well, yes, that's gonna be it for this episode today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this gun, and do check it out for yourself. Link in the description as per usual. But until next time, my friends, thank you for watching, and as always, we'll have a good one.